up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're back in the shop tonight. We're going to try to start tearing down this EJ25 out of the Subaru. So we got it out here, got it on the engine stand. We went ahead and took the oil pan off, as you saw in the last video, and discovered that number 4 rod bearing is completely wiped out. So now we have to take the whole thing apart. We thought we just had bent valves and that we were going to be able to get away with just taking the head off on the driver's side and replacing the valves. We thought that's what the ticking noise was, but once we got in there, as you saw, that rod bearing was completely gone. So that's going to mean we have to do a full rebuild. So we're going to go ahead and start tearing it down tonight. Hopefully what we can get done tonight is at least to get the cam gears off. Hopefully they don't give us too much problems. I know sometimes people have a lot of trouble with these. So it's a 10 millimeter hex, but they go to like 74 foot-pounds or something like that. And there's really not a good way to hold the cam still either, unless you buy the expensive tools that fit in there. So we're going to see what we can do, just leaving the timing belt on it and figuring out some way to stop the crank from spinning and see if we can get them off that way. Appreciate everybody that's been liking and watching the videos. Please comment, let us know what you'd like to see, subscribe, click that bell to get notifications, and follow along with us on this build. So it's really important to put it on the timing marks before you start doing this, just in case when we're trying to loosen these bolts, one of the gears would jump teeth and actually spin. If it wasn't on the timing marks, then the valves could possibly hit the pistons. But on these particular engines, as I've said in other videos, when the crank is on its timing mark, that means all 4 pistons are halfway down the bore. So the cams can spin and the valves won't hit the pistons. So as we talked about before, the valves can possibly hit each other if you spin these the wrong way, but they can't hit the pistons when you're on the marks. Try this method here. You got the 22 millimeter wrench on the crank. Want to get it against this bracket for the AC compressor and see if that'll hold it. Of course, it's going to over tighten the crank bolt, but we should be able to take the impact and get it out. Bolt started to strip out already. That's the other thing about these, I don't know why they chose to do an Allen on it, but they did. So a lot of times the Allen will slip and strip out the inside of the bolt before you can ever break them loose. That one came loose. Ooh, snapped the Craftsman 10 millimeter right off there. I also have a Harbor Freight one, but with the Craftsman one already breaking, I don't have a lot of faith that the Harbor Freight one is going to get it done. quite a bit on it and it's not moving, so I don't know, maybe we should try some heat the bolts a little bit. I was afraid we were going to have trouble with this. I could try the impact on the Allen, but more than likely what'll happen is it'll just strip out the inside of the bolt. Wish we had like one of those little tiny blow torches.
I got one.
Would heat these bolts up a little bit.
I got you a blow torch. Yeah, that would actually be good. Wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this would actually work?
Probably not. I was able to get one out of the 4 bolts off, so I guess 25%'s not bad, huh? So we're gonna try to get a little butane torch and get some heat on the bolts. I don't know that we'll make enough heat with it to really do any good, but that's all we have for now, so we're gonna give that a try. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and just start pulling some brackets and fuel rails and some of the other stuff off that we're going to need off anyway, so that we can just keep making progress and move forward.
If you can't find the right tool in this garage, Mr. Arizona, you don't belong near a car.
guys, so we got it stripped down as much as we can until we can get those bolts out of the cam gears. We went ahead and took the valve covers off and everything, so everything, like I said, is pretty much off, other than what we can't get to because of the cam gears. So once we can get these bolts out of the cam gears, then we can take all of the rest of the timing components off the front, and then we'll go ahead and unbolt the heads, and we'll have it then down to the short block. So at that point, we'll take it off the engine stand and get the bracket off of it, take the flywheel off, and go ahead and get it the block split open so that we can check the main bearings and get the rods out of it and all that.